Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't think you guys are ready for this one. Man, I'm a little excited and I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. Right now, it's about to get spicy. Now, we got a special guest today. And I know that I always say that, but today we got a special guest today. But before we get this episode started, I need everybody to please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It is easy and it is free. Go ahead, make yourself happy, like and subscribe. Also, August 11th through the 13th, August 11th through the 13th, we will be in New York City. That is right. The MZK anniversary is going down in New York City, August 13th. Go ahead, bookmark it and make sure you guys are there. Ooh, we got a special guest today. Are you guys ready for this one, man? Ooh, are you guys ready for this one, man? Oh, you know it's about to get good today. We got Rebirth in the building, Ground Zero crew. We're going to get this party started. If you guys are ready for a show, let me hear you say yeah. Yeah. Let me hear you say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's get this party started. Make some noise, make some noise. We got Rebirth in the building. Make some noise. Yo, man. How you feeling?
I'm good. Yo, I got a question for you. Yo, that intro that you have there, the character breaking, that's you, right?
Yeah.
You can tell. See, it's so dope. I think that's amazing. I don't know who I was talking to about that the other day, where it's like, you know you were dope, or you're dope if a silhouette of yourself can be moving and somebody knows who it is.
That's right, man. That's fresh, man. Shout out, man. He's already dropping gems. We haven't even got the show started, y'all. Make some noise, man. Now, before we get this show started, man, I think that I'm gonna speak for a lot of people when I say thank you. Thank you for the energy that you give into the dance. You might have done it for yourself. You might have done it for whatever reasons you might have done it. You put it out there and it impacted a lot of people. Like when I first saw you breaking, you were very inspiring. Your energy, the way you were aggressive, you were serious. You weren't playing around and you were there to execute, man. And I think that changed the way that a lot of people dance. So thank you for that. I want to give you your flowers, man. You're a legend. It's an honor to have you here. I can't even believe that I've known you for a long time. But to be able to talk to you still and somebody that inspired me, I want to thank you for that, man. Thank you for being here and taking the time out of your day, man. Make some noise for you, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on your show. I mean, I know this is work at the end of the day, so I appreciate you having me on. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. Now, we're gonna get it started. We got the Miami villain. Now, before we get it going, why the Miami villain? Why did you name yourself the Miami villain, or who named you that?
Ooh, that's a funny story. I'll say it. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. So, all right. Peep, it's a very funny story, very relevant story to today's kids, actually. And, there's nothing but respect for this kid, but I'm just going to go ahead and take it there, right? So, long story short, I'm at the gym. I pull up on my motorcycle. I get there and I see two B-boys there that I've known. I've seen them from little kids till now, right? And it was Zeku and Fredo. And they were at this gym. And I want to say that maybe like a week or two prior to me even going there, I had seen a clip of a battle of I guess Zeku was battling somebody. I don't know who he was battling. And at the end of the battle, he grabbed the mic and was able to have a conversation on the mic. And my whole thing was like, yo, B, like, if you're at a jam and like, if you're competing as a competitor, you shouldn't have access to any mics. You shouldn't have that access. Only because it can make it seem kind of weird. And then on top of that, it's like, how are you going to be able to get your 2 cents on a microphone amplified and the other person won't, right? So
I see.
that's just not, I didn't really like that. So I guess I brought that up. Like I was like, yeah, I don't really think anybody should be talking about should be able to have access about the mic after a jam. And then we started getting into conversation about breaking, and then we started getting conversation about, he was like, oh, well, something about the moves that were happening in that battle. I don't really remember too clearly, but all I remember is me telling him something that he didn't like, and he didn't like that. And then after that, I went to go give him that, I went to go do my thing, whatever. I think I was in the steam room, hitting the gym, like, pumping iron or whatever. And then I was about to leave, and as I'm leaving, I was like, all right, y'all. So I say peace to Fredo, and then I went to go say peace to Z, and he was like, nah, and I was like, reminds me of me. He's a Virgo. I don't know if he's got the same birthday as me. I don't think he's on the 31st, but I know he's a Virgo. So I right off rip understood the character. Like, yeah, fuck this nigga. You know what I mean? I get it. And ever since then, when I left and I was on the bike, I was like, yo, it doesn't matter what I say to who I say it to. I'm always going to be the fucking villain, bro. I'm always going to be the fucking villain, bro. Always. It doesn't matter what I say. I can say something nice. I can say something mean. I can say whatever. Anything to anybody. And they're always going to take it the worst way, the wrong way. And then I was like, you know what? That's it, bro. I changed the name that night to Miami Villain.
Yo,
if I can't even get along with anybody, or people can't even hear constructive criticism from me from my own city, like, forget about it, bro. Like, nobody, you know what I mean? That's where the Miami Villain came from. So now you know.
Ooh, yo, that was story time with Rebirth, y'all. Come on, y'all, stop playing, man. That was a crazy story. All right, well, thank you, man. Thank you for that. That really gives us a lot of insight, and it actually makes me follow with the name a lot more. I love it, the Miami Villain. That was great.
Appreciate that, bro.
Okay, so when was the first time, or better yet, what is your first breaking memory?
My first breaking memory. My first breaking memory would be, I guess, when I first saw breaking ever, and it's like the bottom line, cousins threw me in a fucking car, aka kidnapped me, took me to a spot called a skating rink, which was called Hot Wheels. Got into the spot. I didn't like skating. I really wasn't into that whole thing. Prior to even skating that day, I was, jumping on trampolines, just practicing backflips, just messing around. I was a kid, had no idea about breaking at all. I just love to flip. I love to jump, kind of like a parkour, but pre-parkour because it didn't exist then. Anyways, I was just a crazy kid, bro, with a lot of energy doing things. Right? I was young, and they took me to this skating rink. Long story short, I discovered breaking in the center of Hot Wheels Skating Center. I saw a couple cats breaking, and from that point forward, that's my first time ever seeing it. That's my first time ever in getting approached, from a b-boy in my life, which was Troll. And then from that point forward, breaking was there always.
So Troll was the first person you met and you became friends with, and that's where it all started.
Well, I mean, I didn't really become friends with him. I was a little kid, and I had seen breaking, and we exchanged phone numbers because obviously, and most b-boys, that when they see a kid that's interested in breaking, especially a young boy, like, they know, oh shit, this kid could get nasty. You know what I mean? So
right.
Let me train him. Let him come to practices, or let me teach him, or private lessons, depending on what vibe you're on. Like, you come to my class. You know what I mean? One of those kind of things. So
was Hot Wheels a place that you were going to on a consistent basis?
You kidnapped.
Oh, you were kidnapped. I know you were kidnapped, but after that,
they took me. They put me in the back of a caddy. They're my cousins, though, so it's not like they were like being malicious or like in a negative way. Like, they were right. I'm being very crazy by saying kidnapped. They took me and they threw me in a car and went to freaking Hot Wheels, bro. Right. I'd never been there before. I don't even know how they discovered it. These guys were like supreme gangsters from Chicago that were not in Chicago. They were in Miami because there was things going on in Chicago. So it's just weird how do you even discover Hot Wheels, bro? Like, you're not even from here. And they did. So whatever. It was just divine intervention. I was meant to go to Hot Wheels that day, I guess. Whatever.
Okay, so you got kidnapped the first time. You saw breaking, and then did you have to get kidnapped again to go back, or was this something that you were trying to go to again?
Yeah, when I had seen it and I was there, I actually saw it for like an hour or two, just sitting there as they were skating. It's
Right.
like that's it. I got hooked immediately just from seeing it. So I would go back. Hey mom, there's a skating place that is called Hot Wheels, and they do this thing called breakdancing, and I want to go. So okay, Nick, can I go? Oh, I'm not gonna take you. All right, well I'm going anyways. I get on my pedal bike and I would ride pedal bike for like 5, 10 miles from where I was at. It was ridiculous. Then you started meeting people, then you started linking, then you started making friends. Then all of a sudden, everybody in my middle school, Hammocks Middle School, started doing it. So it was like it got easier. Then you
Right.
got free passes and like to get into the spot, which made it even more awesome because now you didn't have to pay because we were kids, we didn't have any money, and whatever, yo. Just started showing up every weekend, and that was a wrap, bro. That was a wrap.
Well, it was a rap. Were you always on your own, or did you always have like somebody with you when you were breaking?
Not like I started breaking by myself. After I started breaking by myself, and just to go down the lineage, I became best friends with Strive, which a lot of people don't know about Strive. Flipside Kings Strive. That was my best friend. So this is before Street Masters and Flipside or any of that. This is me and Strive were best friends. And for like 2 or 3 years, 2 years, let's just say 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years, it was just me and him. And then as we started progressively getting better, we got invited to start hanging out with groups. And then those groups, kind of took us under their wing for a little while. And the rest
When
is
did you meet Strives? When did you meet Strives?
I met Strive because he was in my class. He was in my
Oh, so you were in high
classes.
school, middle school?
Middle school, middle
Okay,
school,
middle school.
sixth grade.
Okay.
So yeah, we were all like, but all of us went to the same middle school. Just about anybody that was dope. Teal went to my middle school. His little brother, which is called View, is a graffiti
Yeah,
artist
yeah,
now,
yeah, view.
but back then was called Jur. He went to my middle school, Hammocks Middle
What?
School. Um, bro, Strive. Who else that was like a you guys never knew Fraggle Rock, but Fraggle Rock went. He was one of the dope cats. My homie Rock One from Day by Day. You guys don't know him. Rock One, that's my dog. Um, it's just too many to remember.
Yeah,
Too
yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you're at the skating rink. At this point, somewhere between the skating rink, you meet Strive. Between the time that you were at the skating, you meet during this time you're breaking. You're just breaking, practicing. What kind of music were you practicing to? Do you remember?
None. The way that me and Strive happened was we had Mr. Del Pito's class. It was Photoshop, photography class, photo developing. You used to be able to take pictures, and they had this stuff called film. And then you take the film and you develop the film. It's like old cameras, not digital stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying this like this for the kids that don't know what film cameras are because
Facts,
film
facts,
cameras for
facts.
real. So we used to have to go into the dark room to develop these film. But we're from Miami. We would never go into the dark room to develop film. We would always go to either make out with girls, mess around, do stupid shit, and just be crazy, be fun kids. And I don't know who it was that I was talking to there, that it was one of my friends, but Strive was in the dark room, and I said, "Yeah, man, I went to Hot Wheels and I started breaking, and I started doing like this little helicopter move." And then Strive jumps. He's like, "Yo, I used to do that back in the day." Mind you, Strive is like 12. He's like, "I used to do that back in the day," and I was like, "Man, you 12? What do you mean back in the day?" So then he tried to do like a windmill or whatever, and then that was it. I was like, "Yo, you breaking?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm breaking." I'm like, "Yo, this Hot Wheels." That was it. We went to Hot Wheels together once,
Ah, ah.
and then we went to start practicing. Like he lived right across the street from me, so it was just
Yeah,
an
yeah, yeah,
everyday
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
All right. So what was one of the first moves that you remember getting? Was it like windmill flares? What was the first move that you got?
I got windmills because I lied. I lied. I'll never forget. I told Strive, I was like, "Yo, B, I got windmills now, continuous." He's like, "Oh yeah, you got continuous." I was like, "Yeah, bro, watch. I'll show you at the wheels tonight." So it was Friday night. We would go to Hot Wheels. So of course he was like, "Yo, let me see your windmills." He was like, "Let me see your windmills." And I was like, "Oh damn!" I was like, "All right." So I had to perform the windmills, and I ended up performing the windmills pretty decent. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't a lie. I had gotten the windmills. I just didn't have them like down pat.
Yeah.
But when I went to go show him, they were there. So
How long have you been breaking at this point? Would you say?
probably like a year
Okay,
and a
so it was
half.
early on. It was early on. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
meet
yeah.
so you meet Strive and both of you guys start doing stuff together. What was the next pivotal moment where you guys just this was it like did you guys meet get to put a crew together? What happened next?
Nah, me and Strive actually got split because back in the day, so like this is it. I'm gonna make this real brief
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
I kind of have to really sit down one day and think about who, what, where, when, and how. But just to make a really long story short, it's like this. There was a crew called Flipside Kings, and there was a crew called Street Masters. Street Masters developed over time from multiple other areas of breaking and culminated to the crew Street Masters. We'll just keep that there. And then Flipside, I don't know where they came from, but I mean, the area they were Sweetwater, but I don't know where they came from, like how they developed in their whole history. But they were getting really good. They were getting really good, and they were catching the attention of like the girls and people and like that were in the scene, and everybody was really digging that crew. So, the way that I see it, from my eyes, my perspective, my history, the way that I saw it, not correct history, not whatever. This is for those that are out there that are going to put that comment like, all right, look, from my perspective, I see it like this. Maybe T-Roll didn't like the way that things was going down with Flipside. Maybe Street Master's name was catching a little bit of slack because there's this other group out there, right? Hey, who knows, right? And all of a sudden it's like, yo, there can only be one kingpin. There can only be one boss, right? And the clash is going to happen. And it happened. It did happen. So that's my take on that, right? So in the mix of all of that, I was training with one side, which was Street Masters, early Street Masters, and then Strive was training with Flipside. And the reason Strive was training with Flipside is because at one point, Teal became my mentor. Teal was like my coach from like maybe I did 8th grade twice, I think. Did I do 8th grade twice? I did 8th grade twice. So Teal was like my mentor during that time. And the reason I remember around the age range is because I was working. I was already working in middle school, making money. So I had transportation to take, not a car, but like I had ways of getting myself places without having to worry. So I was always able to practice with Teal. And Teal and Strive had static. They had beef. So it became a problem. It was like me and my best friend. I'm like, I want to be with my best friend chilling and breaking, and come over here. But they don't like you. It's like, damn, what do I do? You know what I'm saying? And at the time, it was like, who wouldn't want to have been training with one of the best crews, in my opinion, in the world, which was Street Masters, right? And I almost guarantee you that if Strive would have been given the opportunity to train with Street Masters, he probably would have became a Street Master instead of a Flipside King. So,
wow. So there was a divide. Do you think that, and this is from your perspective, right? Street Masters versus Flipside Kings. Street Master was looked at as more as the bad guys, more as the villains, or was it that type of division?
Street Masters was better. They were always better. They were the best. They were the best crew in Miami, Florida. Troll was the best b-boy in Miami, Florida. It wasn't until Lego started getting nasty, and Lego was way nasty. Like he was too early for the time, for what he was doing. He might even still be too early for what he does. Like I kind of realized that Lego style is better to watch Lego style from a bird's eye view than from the side, because you could actually see what he's doing. Like, I mean, Street Masters was always the better crew, you know what I mean? And it wasn't until Flipside started coming around that they started getting their name. And from my understanding, at Hoodstock in here in Miami, Florida, things took a turn. You know what I mean? And Flipside got the upper hand that one time, and it was that one time that it was important. Yeah, it was really important. It was like at a pinnacle height of like, this needs to get solved. You know what I'm saying? And from what I heard, Flipside got the upper hand. I wasn't there. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? So
that's crazy. That's crazy. So you end up getting down with Street Masters.
I got down with all of them. I got down with Street Masters, Flipside, Ground Zero. I mean, you name it. I've been.
But that's later. That's later on, though, right? In that time period, you got down with one. It wasn't like you were down with both.
Well, I really wasn't even down with Street Masters then. At the time, I was chilling with them. Like, see, that's the thing about crews back in the day. Long story short is you never just got in because, hey, get in this crew.
Right.
It was like, yo, you got to practice with us. You got to, okay, yo, we're going here to go chill. We're not even going to be breaking. And we're going to be kicking it. You got to come kick it with us. Like, you actually got to fit with the vibe of the crew, of the people, and the energy of the people. You know what I mean? It wasn't just we're making a crew, you're in it now. Like, nah, that didn't happen. So I was chilling with them, and I caught some static for one of the guys in the group, and that kind of like eliminated my ability of getting down with street masters in that time period. In that time period. So it's like, all right. So then after all of that was going on and that whole thing started happening, you know, breaking in Miami, all the pieces started to move. All the crews started moving. Who was best was no longer best. Who was, upcoming was no longer upcoming. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
younger
yeah.
generation was now getting better.
What year was this? What year was this? Would you say
This is going to be between 96 and 99.
96 and 99? There was a shift in who was perceived as the best in town. Who were like the top crews that were switching around from having no recognition to actually becoming some of the top?
Oh, you had B-Boy All-Stars, Flex
Okay.
9. Um, what crews? Air Fanatics, Floor Fanatics. This is where it gets into a meld because Stream Masters, like how do I want to say this? This is why I got to get my history straight, because I could blend them all together because I was there
Yeah,
and I don't
yeah,
really
yeah,
care about the times. But Floor Fanatics, Floor Play Dancers, Floor Fanatics, Floor Fanatics to Flipside Kings. I mean, to Street Masters. Um, Somewhere in there was a shorty crew called Air Fanatics, right? Which Elmo was in Air Fanatics with his brother Excel. You have B-Boy All-Stars, which Zeno, Bebe, Beta, Zemex, um, the two brothers, bro. What are their names, bro? I forget their name right now. Anyways, so there was crews moving around, but eventually Street Masters formed. But once Street Masters formed, I want to say Ground Zero was already developing its own thing. They were moving away from B-Boy All Stars to become Ground Zero as a crew, and that was Bebe made that in Puerto Rico. So like that was one powerhouse crew out of Florida. Flipside was always just on a steady incline. Um, there was a crew called Sun City Breakers, Planet Rock. Um, what was the other crew called, bro? I can't remember the name right now. Floor Fanatics. Like all these crews were shifting and they were consolidating. And members within these groups and these crews were going into the main hubs. And then that's when it became real hype. Like you were either a street master or a flip side. And then, like I was telling Flash the other interview, there were sub crews. They had like Flipside Kings had a sub crew, which a lot of people don't know, called All Out Kings.
All Out Kings.
I remember this, bro. Nobody remembers this, and I was trying to tell Flash about it, but I couldn't remember the name. All Out Kings was Flipside Kings sub crew. It was like a baby crew. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how you got gangsters, you got the main gang, and then you got baby crews underneath the gang, and they do
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever. So it's like you had those, right? And then Stream Masters had Down Low Masters, Flavor Masters, Cypher Masters, and one other one. It's just baby branches and shit like that. But eventually, all those crews just consolidated. People became gangsters. They left breaking, and then once breaking got left, the people that were left behind was like Ground Zero crew. Ground Zero was really the main crew that was left behind. Flipside, and then you always had Speedy Legs doing his thing. So yeah, I can
Yeah,
stay
yeah, 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 yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, yeah. Breaking it all down and to try to remember it all must be wild, right?
Mhm.
So 99 comes around. How did you and Ground Zero start connecting?
Um, Legacy, B-Boy Legacy.
Okay.
So like in between all that BS, like me, Legacy, me and a couple cats, we had little different baby crews that didn't really mean anything, like Demon Squad and like Cyphers Beyond Imaginable. I got down with SSC, which was Serving Styles. Shout outs to Boggle and Hell Yeah and Teal. Um, What else, bro? I don't know. Anyway, what was the rest of the question?
Oh, Ground Zero. How did you? Oh, Legacy connected you with
Yeah,
Ground
legacy.
Zero.
So I just started thinking about something, and I kind of locked in that thought. Legacy was like, yo, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Legacy's like, yo, bro, we need b boys in this crew. We need b boys in this crew, bro. He was like, these guys are amazing. He was like, they're great. They got a whole ton of shit. But the only real B, the only real B anything in this crew was Beta, which is a B girl. You know what I'm saying? And then B boy, like the difference between breaker and B boy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say it in a way where I'm dissing Ground Zero because I'm not. This is
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
they're dear to my heart, no matter what, no matter through everything. But they were the more amazing. They were the more amazing trained, guys that could do the set type of person, type of breakers. You know what I mean? So that you wouldn't really catch them bugging. You know what I mean?
Mm,
They're not gonna be in a cipher like just getting hit with the bug and they're out. That's never
right,
gonna
right,
happen.
right.
They're always gonna go in doing something that is premeditated that they thought of, they made it up. Whereas, yeah, so Legacy has always been an off the cuff kind of guy. You don't know if he's gonna do windmill to the halos. You don't know if he's gonna be doing his flop hopping floats. You don't know if he's gonna be, doing a funny thing, a slide up, make you laugh. Like you never knew. So he was always dope. And then Beta was always the best B girl on the planet. Still is to this day, from my opinion. And yeah, bro, he was like, yo, bro, we need somebody. So he started bringing me around them. And then I started
Okay.
hanging out with them. And then after I started hanging out with them, little by little, again, it was like, oh, you got to pay your dues. You got to chill. Baby was real militant, very, very militant kid. Mad props to the way that he handled his crew in at such a young age. Not normal. Definitely not normal, but awesome at the same time because it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah,
hey man,
yeah.
yeah, he took it to a whole nother level. He took it very militant. It was very like strategic, and it was very on point. What it was that we were going to do, how we were going to do it, what it needed to look like, how our performance needed to be, the statements that we needed to make. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was pre-calculated. It was like there was no guesswork. It's just like their moves. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah,
there was
yeah.
no guesswork. It was always like we're going to go here, and this is what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like we always had a purpose and a goal to do what we were going to do when we got somewhere. It wasn't just go to hang out and meet a person or meet people and talk shit. It was like, no, bro, we're going to go there and we're going to fucking dominate.
Yeah, yeah,
And if
yeah.
anybody jumps in our circle, when we come, because every time the way that Ground Zero would do it is if one of us jumped out, all five of us would have to go after. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So it was like boom, boom. And if somebody tried to break the line in the cipher or wherever we were breaking, that's when the battle started. Boom. And we already knew, but that was the point.
yeah,
We
yeah,
would
yeah.
purposely be luring, we're going to do a chain of 5. And if you try to break the chain, you're going to get smoked.
Yeah,
Get
yeah, yeah.
ready. So that's what we would do. Yeah.
That's
But
crazy. So you got hooked up. You got hooked up with the Ground Zero. You started hanging out, chilling. The Ground Zero? Did they have the name prior to you coming, or were you there for the
oh, yeah.
creation of that name?
Yeah. No, they had Ground Zero already.
Oh, they had Ground Zero already, and you would say that Bebe would be like the shot caller.
Baby, it was the boss.
That's right. That's right. Shout out, yo, shout
100%.
outs to Bebe.
100%.
So you start hanging out with Ground Zero. You guys build up a repertoire, right? How you say? And do you remember the first battle you guys did, or
Ground
the
Zero.
first significant battle that when you were just like, yo, we got something, or did you know off the bat you guys had something?
I mean, it's there's two ways to answer that question. So I'm just going to answer it the way that I would feel best. Is Ground Zero always knew where they were going to go. So whether we had something or not, we knew we were going to achieve it, which was to be world champion crew. So that was the goal always, was to be a world champion crew. So I guess you could say, yeah, we always knew we had it because we always had the goal.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We always had the vision of what we were going to do and how we were going to get it done. Again, no guesswork, bro. No guessing.
Fresh.
I'm surprised the guys. I'm surprised Bebe's now like a billionaire with the system implementation, and it's like it's how businesses are ran today. So smooth, just very system oriented. It's like he should be a billionaire,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know. Anyways,
What was the most exciting battle for you to that you did with Ground Zero as a crew? Can you look back
yeah, I
and
mean,
think about?
it's the Alpha Fame. Alpha Fame battle against Havoc Coral. That was probably one of the dopest ones that I think was dope. Only because it's like it's what I was saying, what I've been saying is um, the reason battling was dope then, way more dope then than it is now because it's dope now, but it was more dope then was because people were the targets, not individuals. I mean, no, not tournaments, not tournaments to battle at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was people were the targets. Is that Buckingham? Abe? Is that Abe?
I don't think so. He's moving too fast to be Abe.
That looks like Abe.
That's Havocor versus Ground Zero.
Nah, but this guy right here that's breaking is Abe.
Abe. Yeah,
He
I don't know.
came,
I wasn't there.
he came to live with Ground Zero in Miami for like 6 months.
Oh, whoa, dope, 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 dope.
Yeah. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying because of Abe.
No, 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 no. It's all good. There's a question I want to talk to you, man. Well, first, before we move into that, this is I want to put up three clips right now, and I want you to maybe walk me through what was going on during these battles, and maybe a little backstory if there's anything. I'm gonna put up a clip, and it's you versus Ramil, and I believe this is a who could roast the most. This is you in the white, right?
Well, this guy got roasted, bro.
What was going on before this battle, during this battle, and after the battle?
Nothing, bro. It's just I'm the guy that nobody likes. I'm the guy that nobody likes. It's that I have a ferocity when I battle that like it's like yo, who the fuck you thought? Get the fuck out of here, stupid. Watch this. You know what I mean? Like, nah, and it's just like, but this is my character, B. This is who I truly essentially feel like I am inside. You know what I mean? And I can't be this guy all the time. So I gotta let him out somewhere. Come on, boy. Like he's got the ego. He's the fucking tough guy. He's 6'9" in real life in his mind. You know what I'm saying? Like he's 500-pound build. You can't touch this guy. You know what I mean? And people don't like that because they see that packaged in a small guy. And it's like, how could this small guy have so much, you know, like so much like, oh, screw this and rah. And I don't know how to describe that energy. Like, it's just real fuck you energy, my nigga. Like, I'm gonna get you, dog. I got you. Let's go. And
Yo.
I
And all
slipped.
right,
Yeah,
the question, I think the question that we all want to know, and I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of youngsters watching this live stream because there's a bunch of youngsters in here. Is this something that you can learn? That fire that you have, that spice, who you are, that who maybe not exactly those moves, but that energy, is that something that somebody just has, or can you learn it?
I mean, I'm gonna be really honest with you, bro. It's just who are you, bro? It's who you are. It's who you are, bro. Are you gonna go like my favorite in history ever is, between, I guess you could say, the Middle Ages, right? Kings and queens fighting on horseback with swords. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my favorite. And it's like, if I were one of those guys, I would be the guy that went out first with the heaviest sword and hit the biggest guy on the head. That'd be the smallest guy, hit the biggest guy. It's because that's who I am naturally. And I come with that ferocity, bro. I come with that energy. Like, I'm here to take your soul with me. I'm snatching your soul, bro, and I'm not leaving here without it. And then, of course, people feel that energy. They don't want somebody's soul to get snatched, so they all get mad. They all stand back and they all like hate in the background.
Now, when you say that this, you have to let out this creature somewhere, right? This, what do you call this creature? Is that Tails, Rebirth? Who is this creature? What do you call it?
Well, there's variety of this guy here, right? So like,
Okay.
if it's battle orientation, it's I would say, you know not a nice place. Not the nice guy. He's a killer. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy that's gonna come out and really do the dirty work, right? But now if it's so he's I don't even know who that guy is, to be honest with you. Look at this guy talking shit. See, these guys got so mad because the
Yo,
girl.
wait, are yo are you arguing with somebody in the back while you battling? That's
Yeah, look,
wild.
see,
What
it
is
just never,
wrong?
it never fails,
Yo,
B.
somebody else took off their shirt. Like, what's going on over here?
Yo, B, check it out, bro. Look,
And you're
watch.
telling everybody goodbye.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm breaking. I'm doing my thing. I go back to go get my water. So I go back to get my water. And this guy has a girlfriend and she's just talking a bunch of smack. And I'm like, I heard it the first time when I went back. I heard it the second time when I went back. And by the third time I went back, I looked at her and I was like, bro. I said something like, bro, you're not battling. I go, why don't you just shut the fuck up? And I gave her like a cock. And her
Right there,
man,
is that when you're telling her right there?
yeah, right
Yo,
there, bro.
chill.
Her man got up and he was like, yo, who you think you are, bro? Da, 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 da. And I was like, yo, bro, I'm battling, bro. See, this nigga be sizing me up, dog. And they don't even know, bro. They don't even like. It's like they don't even know, dog. Like, bro, this is
That's
who I am when I'm battling. You guys think that this is me as a person, and I had to get on the mic at this jam. It's go figure because I was saying it about Z getting on mic at the battle, but the difference is, but here's the difference. This is an exhibition battle, so it's not like I'm winning anything. I'm not competing here for a
yeah,
medal,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I'm not battling against people to rank up to a neck to the final stage. So, anyways, and I had to tell people, and mainly because of this because this type of shit happens at every jam that I go to, just about right, where it's like, yo, bro, when I'm breaking and I'm doing my thing, I'm putting on, you know, an energy. I'm putting on a character that I want to enter into. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be my best and perform at my best. But you guys confuse that with who I am as a person. So they think that once these lights are all off, once these cameras are all gone, that I'm that guy, that I'm that guy. And it's like, that's why they are so upset. Because they're like, this guy's always like this. This guy, he drives a nice car. This guy makes good money. This guy fucking looks fresh and he's the this and he's the that. And it's like, yo, bro, get the fuck off the tip. It's really what I want to say. But at the end of the day, it's like, you're misunderstood. You're just taking my breaking character and you're portraying that as a person that I am in real life. So, or whatever. I mean, listen, something that I think about very often is like, if you dish it out, whether it's on an instant message, whether it's in Instagram under a comment, if you dish it out, bro, be prepared for what comes with that.
That's
You
right.
know,
That's good advice.
you know what I'm saying? And it's just like I'm dishing out this character, the girl's dishing out her thing, I'm dishing it right back, and I'm prepared for we're gonna fight. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna do it? How's it gonna
Mm.
happen? Like I'm prepared for all that. It's already there. You know what I mean? That's why I don't really care.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, man. I really appreciate you giving us insight on that battle versus Ramil. So thank you so much. I'm going to put out another clip. If you can just walk us through, this is the last clip before we get to the people's questions. If you guys got any questions you guys want to ask Rebirth, put it down there in the chats. We got them for a few more minutes, so please put it down in the chats. I'm going to try to get through them. I can't promise to get to them all, but if you really, really, really want me to get to your question, go ahead and leave it in the super chat. That's right, because we're monetized again. Make some noise, y'all. That's right. We're a professional. We got striked. I used to get a lot of strikes, so I couldn't get monetized for like almost 3 years now. But I'm back in business, man. Make some noise, everybody. Make some noise.
I'm familiar with the podcasting realm, so maybe one day we'll have a conversation about that. You can fill me in.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, this is a battle of Lego from Flipside Kings and
This is what it
Migas.
is.
Shout outs to Boogie Brats versus Tels One and Indelible.
Oh, Dell. Oh shit. Okay.
Indel, is that what you call Indel?
Yeah, indelible. Indel.
Indel from Dynamic Rockers. So talk to me about this event, man. What do you remember about this?
This is, I think, probably the second roast the most, or what would be considered the new momentum of a battle called Who Could Roast the Most that Bebe organized. And so again, I don't know if I was in any crew here at all, but what I do know is that we just showed up. I just showed up to the battle, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to battle. I don't care who I battle with. Let's just battle." So I ended up battling with Dell. The reason why I battled with Dell is because he's just always had a lot of energy. He always had a lot of stuff to do, and even if it wasn't the best and the most amazing, like blow up oriented or like style, like he was just always somebody that I know that he wouldn't die out in the middle of the battle. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Okay. Shout outs to Dell. Shout outs to Dell, y'all.
So this is Lego. Now, this is one thing I'm gonna say right here, bro. This is the only time ever in history that Lego beat me.
Oh,
But
what?
I'll give it to him. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
giving
yeah,
it to
yeah.
him. I'm giving him his credit.
And did you feel like that day of right there when you're standing there? Are you looking at you?
It's just there's a different level here, see, because even though I'm confident, as you can see, I got my own energy. I don't really give a fuck about who this guy is. But at the time, like in comparison, he was more comparable to like troll at that time because he was already way nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm fast, I'm clean, I'm doing fun things, but I'm nowhere near what it was that he was doing because he was doing stuff that was just way different. But I have more charisma, I have more character, I have more entertainment ability, and I have more presence. And that's exactly why it is that even still to this day, he could beat me with moves. He's nasty. He's got so much stuff that he could do. Like in one set, he does triple what I do, right? But again, and this is something that the b-boy culture needs to learn. It's not about what you do; it's about how you do it. And I can go ahead and tell you right now that it doesn't matter if you did a billion moves on me, bro. I'm gonna come and hit you with some shit that you're not even gonna ever. You can't practice. I'm gonna hit you with something you can't train. Maybe not there because this is so old, right? But I've learned, I've progressed, I became. If you really understand what that means, the process of becoming, I became. And now at a point right now in this level of break where I'm at, and this is not targeted to just this guy Lego. This is breaking in general. I feel always, and I'm always gonna forever feel like nobody could beat me. I'm always gonna feel like I'm the best. I'm always gonna feel like what I can do, nobody else can do, and it's warranted. Why? Because I'm an individual. Nobody's ever gonna be able to beat what I can do because sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing myself. So how can you beat that? Now, the way you could beat me is if I did repetitive combos that I've had since 1996, right? And I'm still doing them, right? That to me is just, it's okay. Go for it. I mean, if that's what you want to do, if that's your cup of tea, hey, go for it. More power to you. But in the end, nah, bro. Sorry.
Yeah,
There's things that happen right now that are just not in the scope. You feel me?
wow. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I feel you. That's wow, man. So it's almost like you can't be beat. It's almost like you can't be beat. So back to the question, right?
But that's everybody though,
Yeah,
Mikey.
yeah.
I'm trying to say like
But not
everybody.
everybody has that energy though. Not everybody has that spark, right? So some people have it, some people don't. Now, have you seen cases of people breaking for a million years that have never had the spark and never will?
Of
Are you able to see that?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. So then this is something that you can't teach anybody.
I mean, I guess you can't teach them in classroom setting. The only way that they could be taught is through association,
Mm.
through and then through and or how about this? Uh, Maybe the movements can't be taught, and maybe the energy can't be taught, but the mindset can be taught.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The mindset, the way that the person would think about breaking, which would then unlock those doors to becoming. If that makes sense.
Mm, mm. All right. Last question before we get to the audience. Now, you mentioned that this is somebody that you become, this energy comes out of you, and you can't control it. Once it's out, and the floor is somewhere that you're allowed to release it. Have you been able to have this energy in other aspects in your life, maybe business, relationships, and any other aspects? Have you used this energy in other aspects to make yourself successful in those fields?
Uh yes and no. I mean, I'm gonna be really honest with you. I had to let go of breaking completely for business. Like for me to be able to do business, I had to let go of breaking because yo, I'm better than you. Yo, I'll smoke you. Yo, whatever. Yo, yeah, what? Like, you can't do that. And if, for what it is that I do, which I'm a real estate agent. I'm a home inspector. I trade currency. I have products that I make custom rugs. Like, there's just a lot of things that I have going on that if I want to be able to sell my product and be able to have people want to work with me, I can't be telling them that I'm going to smoke them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or I can't be treating my business like aggressive like that. You know what I mean? Or
Right, right, right.
you know what I'm saying? So I can't really transform my break characters into, but now I guess the entertainment ability, the captivation, the ability to captivate a customer, that I'm able to do. I mean, that's like one thing that I guess you could say I took from breaking and I could put
What about discipline? Because
on
breaking that
discipline.
requires discipline. Like to get a windmill is like a big deal, right? It took me a long time to get a windmill. So
Yeah.
that discipline of having to work for something and getting satisfaction from the work, it's almost like you can see that in anything else in life if you see it in breaking.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everything takes a discipline if you're gonna go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's almost ridiculous, honestly, because I have stopped and started so many times, so many different things, and it's like I know about this whole scenario where you know discipline is the master key to being able to get anything you want to get going. But see, the question is if you're someone like me, it's like, well, after breaking, after traveling, after having fun, after doing all these things for all these years, to stop doing that and to have to refigure, you kind of need to know what the next thing is in order to be able to give it the discipline. So for the past, I guess you could say 10 years, let's say, let's say, let's say 10 years ago, from 10 years ago till today, I've explored, bro. I've explored, and some things I've given supreme discipline to, but some things I haven't. And the reason is because I think people should not be afraid to try. You know what I'm saying? Try different things, get into different sectors of business, get into different sectors of themselves. You never know what it is that you could end up doing or who you could become. And then, but once you do find that one thing that you like, then you can give it that discipline.
Damn, that's
Makes
right,
sense?
yo. That's wild, man. That's wild. Wow. All right, man. I hope you guys are enjoying this content, man. We got Rebirth in the building, and I don't really see Rebirth jumping around on people's live streams. So he's over here at the Spin Theory. Y'all make some noise. Wow, I'm having a whole lot of fun, man, and getting to know you more and getting some time to talk to you is dope too. Because I've seen you for a long time, and when I see you is at an event, I never really to get to sit down and hear your story. So this is a pleasure for me to be listening to, Miz. Thank you again.
Appreciate you,
Can
bro.
you learn what you do? I already asked that one. Have you ever lost a battle but still won?
All of them.
Ooh, when did you decide to stop battling? Do you remember the last battle you did when you said, hey, you know what, this is it? Because you just talked about quitting, but do you remember the last battle you did?
I didn't quit. Quitting would insinuate that you're never going to do it again. And I'm battling August 26th. So it's not.
Ooh,
It's not like well, I'm never doing it again. So I never quit. I just took an adult break to kind of put some bag in my pocket, some real bag in my pocket. So I don't have to fucking bounce around and figure out what I'm going to be doing with my life at 30, 35, 40. You know what I mean? Like,
right, right, right.
I wasn't trying I didn't want to be that guy. What was the question again?
When did you decide to stop battling? But you're not battling because you're battling soon. You're battling when?
August 26th at Ritual Warfare in Texas, Dallas, Texas. I'm battling a cat called B-Boy Marlin from Havoc Coral. It's an exhibition battle for 5 rounds. and I'm super excited. I've already been training for like I think 20 days, and there's 31 days left till the battle.
How do
So
you feel? How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel
You feel great?
amazing. Yeah, bro. I mean, listen, uh, I would do shows here and there, so I was still a little bit able to do, dynamic enough things for entertainment purposes, right?
Right, right.
And then so now I've just caught up. I've caught up. I got all my flares back. I got. How about this? Let me just stop and not say what I have,
Yeah.
and not give anything away. Let's
Okay,
just
okay.
I'm well trained right now. Very
Now,
well.
okay, since you found out about the battle, what has changed? Has your diet changed? What you do as at your habits? What has changed since?
Yo, bro, I like to drink beer. I'm like Casper. I'm like a lot of these
Oh,
cats out here. You know what I'm saying? I love that kid. And like, yo, it's like I like to drink, bro. I like to enjoy. I work hard. I do well, and I like to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like I
yeah, yeah.
really like to enjoy myself, and that's one of the things that I use to just enjoy. I mean, it
That's
is
right.
what it is.
That's
But
right.
I've had to cut back on that. The eating is completely different. Um, Obviously, it's daily training now instead of just like 2 or 3 times a week. Now it's every single day for a specific amount of time, targeting specific things because I've got a goal, and my goal is to go over there and fucking smoke the shit out that guy. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what it's all
that's,
about, man.
that's really where my head is
We
at.
we can't wait to see it. Now, when you train, are you training by yourself or are you training with anybody?
I train with my nephew. You guys can follow him. His name is Alan Two Wavy at Alan Alain the number two Wavy. You can follow him on Instagram. And if I am training with anybody, it's with him. But if I'm not training with him, I'm training with nobody.
That's right. That's right. And when you do the training, are you going to the gym? Do you got some spot at home? Where do you go?
I mean, there's the dungeon here at the crib, and then there's the gym. Yeah,
All
lately
right,
it's
that's
been
right.
at the gym because it's just bigger space for power. Like if I want to do power moves, um, but yeah, and plus you got man, there's so many beautiful people, like women in Miami. That is like training in the gym. It's just like it's a plus. It's good.
That's
So
right. That's right.
come on, I'm a single guy, so hey,
It is what it
sorry for
is.
those people in relationships.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, my next question is, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy? What makes me happy is being able to understand that you could break the matrix. You could break and I don't want to say that word, but I had to use that word to just to give you a scope of understanding. And the best way to do that is to just live right now. Here, this is the only moment we got right now. I'm on a fucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? Having a great time talking about breaking. Like my life is great. I love my life. I'm so happy right here, right now, in the present, in this moment, because the future's not here, and I can't do anything about the past, and it's gone. So it's like happiness is a state of mind, and it's a state of being and awareness in the exact moment at all times. And as long as I got light, I got a beautiful DSLR camera, I got a dope sweater, my smile's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like people are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I'm closing deals. Like, of course, bro. Right now, at this moment, I have a smile full time, and I consistently remind myself when that mysterious voice in the head starts to speak and kind of give you hints of things that are could be negative. Yeah, that could be negative, but you know what? It also could be positive. It also could be good. So consistently correcting the thoughts and staying in the moment. That's happiness for me. You know what I mean?
Wow, 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 man. I don't even think I can ask any more of these questions because, man, the way you just wrapped that up, I have more questions. Attitude and style. Is there in a time and place to call somebody out? No. How important are crews? How important was having a beagle in your crew? What is the bloodline?
Oh, that's a good question. Who's seeing this? This is funny.
This is I added this. We're in the last of it. Right now I'm talking about your Instagram. You have this on your
Okay.
Instagram. What is the bloodline?
The bloodline is me and my nephew.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's blood lineage. It's like you can try as much, to juntarse, to get together with people, and it's never going to be as secure and as tight and as essential as it is than from it coming from your own bloodline. Flee his children. You know what I'm saying? Me, my nephew, fathers that are b-boys that have children. Who is it? What's his name? He's a father and he's got kids. Gravity.
Gravity.
He's got kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's bloodline, bro. That's dangerous. That's more dangerous than anything. It's bloodline, honestly.
Ooh, Demon Squad. What is Demon Squad?
Demon Squad. That's the old classic. That's the gold and black uh, colors. That was me, Legacy, and Gons. Who else was in that crew? Yeah, just me, Legacy, and Gons. That's an old school crew.
Mm. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna skip this one. The toughest. Then it be some important breaking. Monster or Red Bull?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm drinking a Monster. If you're are you talking about drinking or are you talking about
Both. We're gonna
breaking?
talk about drinking first. You're drinking a Monster.
I'm drinking the Monster only because I honestly, there's something in this drink that after the buzz goes away, like the like that spike high from the sugar or whatever case, um, you stay on this like, and I study. I will study for like 6 hours straight, like studies. So it's great. It's kind of like I don't want to say it's kind of like something that keeps you focused. Put it that way.
Okay, okay. Now, when it comes to breaking, Rebel or Monster?
Uh, I heard this guy say something today. It just made a better way of describing that. It's like they're not sponsors, they're partnerships. As long as you're doing it as a partnership, I think that was genius. Moy said this today, or I saw it on a post, and it's like I don't really care. I mean, those are just b-boys that are dancing for a company that's plugging them, and at the same time they're plugging the company, so they're all benefiting. I mean, like he said, it's a partnership, so hey, whichever one you guys want to do, go for it. I mean, I think that they're now in terms of platforms to blow up on. I mean, we already know Red Bull's probably the biggest one, right? Red
What
Bull's
about as
probably
far as B boys battling? Which one will win in a battle?
like Ken Swift says, a b-boy does not belong in a battle.
And the last question, the Olympics. How do you feel about the Olympics?
I mean, great opportunity for b-boys and b-girls. I'm very, very happy that they get the opportunity. Um, Very great opportunity for breakdancing girls and breakdancing boys. B-boys and b-girls,
Mm,
it may be a difficult situation for them because they're probably going to go in there with the approach of the dance and they're going to get no points for it. From my opinion, I think it's all about the dynamics. It's all about the explosive dynamics, and I think that's where that's really going to have more of an impact and effect on the overall perspective of breaking in the Olympics. So b boys and b girls are really going to have they can go for it, try it, get on the platform, gain some kind of notoriety with it, but if you're in it for the dancing aspect of like being a dancer, what's the guy's name? The little guy, older dude, he does a lot of rocking. Um, he has a podcast too. He was saying something about the other day that b boys and b girls are actually being selective to where they're going now because they're not catering to those kinds of platforms. You know what I'm saying? Like the Red Bulls and the Monsters are catering to the Olympic platform. Does that make sense to you?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So
Okay.
like the b boys and b girls are choosing elsewhere to go to. So I guess my whole reason of saying that is because I mean if you're gonna want to do the Olympics, you're probably gonna have to be the dynamic breaker,
Yeah, true
like
story.
a dynamic break dancer, and you're really not gonna be able to express yourself as a dancer.
Okay, now what you can use the word B boy. You said
Because
dancer.
I mean, yeah, a b-boy is somebody that's affected by the music. A b-boy is somebody that's going to be able to create off the cuff right there in the moment. I mean, look, who's done it? Two people have done it since in my time since I've seen it with my own eyes. First was Remind at a pro def jam. I don't know where.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Went stupid and just
Yep.
like did some like, come on. You can't buy that in the store,
No, no,
kids.
no, no, no.
And
That's dope footage where he's coming out and he's just he could tell he's in the moment, man. That's one of the
it's
reminds us. Even though it's later on in his life and his experience, right, in his journey, right. This is like an older clip for him. This is a newer clip for us. It's like you usually think of old school heads. Their highlights are back in the '90s. But mine is still making the highlights in the 2000s, right, with that clip.
chilling. It's amazing. And then you had Flea at the Red Bull.
Flea, yep.
Like everybody knows it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on. So it just goes to show you, like, I mean, and then now correcting myself just a little bit, the double-edged blade of it, because I want to give all sides of what I'm saying, just for those people that are going to be typing in the comments. It's like that would be the benefit of the b-boy if the b-boy went into that category, is you may have that opportunity to do some shit that nobody's seen, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, and you're a craze, and everybody's gonna love you, and you know what I'm saying? It's like you might still have that opportunity, but for the most part, most b-boys will lose in a breakdance competition.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alim wants to know, how did you get the name Rebirth? When
Ooh,
did you get it?
Rebirth.
Yeah.
Okay, so tells one, the energy lets loose style, and I'm the only one. So tells one, the energy lets loose style, and we all we did our thing in breaking ground zero. Then we went to LA, and when we went to LA, we kind of all separated, and I ended up moving, and I lived in Flea and Legacy's house in their apartment, and K-Mel lived there for a little while, or was staying there for a little while, or would go there every once in a while. And they were on tour with Gwen, I think, or a different artist, and I was holding it down in the apartment. And long story short, Flea put me down with street performing, so I started doing street shows with Flea, and I started training with them. I started practicing with them. I started learning their vibe. I started learning the perspective, the mindset, right? And I say, "Yo, bro," and they would always tell me like, "Yo, bro, you're the b-boy of your crew. You're the b-boy of your crew." I was like, "Why do you guys keep saying that?" You know what I mean? Like, I thought I was always a b-boy. And like, nah, they were like, "You dance different. This is what you're doing different. This is what they're doing. This is how you do." And then I was like, damn, you know what? Let me start training more and more and more and more on the b-boy's perspective, what the b-boy should be looking at. And I could no longer call myself Tells One, because Tells One was ground zero style breakdancer, or b-boy caught in the trap of
Mm,
breakdancing. And
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
once I started training with these cats, the box was off, top was off, lid was off. I was out. I got to step out. Whoosh. So I had to rejuvenate the whole style, and that's where the rebirth
Yeah.
came. It's like the
Wow.
rebirth of me. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole style changed. That was when I was in LA. I loved it too. So grateful. Thank you, Flea and Legacy. It came out.
Oh, that's so fresh. Junior Ferg wants to know, ask him on the '90s Cypher battle they had a couple of years back on who he was cool and who he wasn't cool was. Because I saw him beefing with some cats. Yo, he probably beef with everybody. You beef with everybody, right?
Yeah, just about. I mean,
Yeah.
in the '90s ciphers, man, there's just so many people. I don't know, bro. We've had so much issues. I mean, if it's not me protecting somebody too, that's another thing about me. Is like, if I'm with you and we're together and we came together and somebody's doing something towards you, the probability that I'm the guy that was gonna pop the guy in the head first, that was me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stupid, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The same person wants to know, ask him about Marlon and his beef. Are you guys did you guys have any type of beef?
No, 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 no.
Okay, okay.
Me and Marlon actually have been having a conversation, very cordial conversation. We're adults. He's a father. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a
Nice,
man.
nice, nice.
At this point, it's just it's not like that. You know what I mean? This is more for the culture. But I'm definitely gonna come with the energy of I'm gonna take your head off.
That's right, that's right. Vodka or beer?
Oof, I mean, I'm gonna be really honest with you. I'm a whiskey guy, but I would probably do beer before anything. And if I did do beer, my favorite beer, you guys are gonna hate me. Probably all craft guys, but I like Heineken, bro. A hot 6 pack of Heineken, I'm straight. Boy, kill it.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Does Rebirth keep up with the breaking scene and watch battles, jam events?
I try not to.
Okay.
I try not to. I think I think by knowing what's out there is beautiful, and it's great to know who you're going to be up against. And like, I guess if it's a one-on-one thing, then yeah, you got to study your opponent. But if it's a jam and it's just something that you're going to be going to, surprise yourself, bro. Like, why water down? You're going to start looking at these people and potentially get influenced to start breaking like them or practicing like that. And I don't want to look like none of these guys.
That's right. He was always punking dudes at Pro Am. That's funny. What's your liquor of choice? He already answered that. Do you think breaking should have a league similar to skateboarding, created by b-boys, not brands or organizations? International tournament series, Rebel, Monster, GoPro can all be sponsors.
Okay, do you think breaking should have a league similar to skateboarding, created by b-boys, not brands or organizations? International tournament series. Okay, look, it's the same thing with politics. Okay, and here's how this is work. Here's how this works. Okay, I hate the left. I hate the right. Cool. Replace it. What's going to end up happening? The people that replace it, they're going to end up becoming a left or a right. It's never going to go. It's going to perpetuate through the universe for eternity, bro. So you're always going to have an organization. You're always going to have an independent like Asia One from B Boy Summit. You know, she has people helping her now, but I mean, she was doing that from the heart, from love. Look at Bebe, Roast the Most. That was coming from the heart, from love. Oh, look at Speedy Legs. That was Pro-Am. I mean, it had sponsors, but that was coming more from the heart. And it's like, now look, everybody's changing stories and working and, hey, man, whatever, bro. Choose
Yeah,
your
yeah,
poison,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Wow, man, that was story time with Rebirth. Yo,
Yeah,
Rebirth.
son.
Man, I really want to thank you for coming on, man. I think I had a lot of fun. Hopefully, you had some fun. Did you have any fun?
Absolutely, of course, always, bro. I appreciate you so much for having me on here.
Man, and I hope everybody enjoyed asking your questions. What's your favorite battle of your generation that you weren't in? Ooh, that's a good question. What's your favorite battle of your generation that you weren't in?
Ah, and I want to say I would have loved to jump in. I want to say that I might have even tried to. Um, K, Flo, and Ivan were all battling. K-Mel, Flowmaster, and Ivan, and I think Remine was even there in that circle in B-Boy 1999 B-Boy Summit. I wanted to
Ooh,
jump in that battle. I don't know why, but I just wasn't a part of that battle. But that was
ooh.
a favorite battle of mine. Seeing that happen in such a small like circle, you know, K being that tall ass dude that he is, and then just Ivan and Flowmaster being as nasty as they were at the time. Everybody was like, those guys were superstars. So that battle, that was one of them.
Ooh, man. Shout outs to B Boy Summit 99, man. That
Yeah.
was fresh. That was fresh, man. I actually end up at the event by accident because we used to perform on Venice. And we
Mm.
were performing when the jam started happening, and it was just B-boys everywhere. So it was very, very dope time for me as well, man. But hey, man, Rebirth,
Yeah.
Tells. Thank you for coming on, man. I really appreciate you for taking the time. I'm pretty sure everybody had some fun. Hopefully, we can catch up with you after your battle with Marlon. Maybe we will have you back, talk a little bit, maybe even watch the footage with you if you're down with something like that.
Yeah, man. Yes. Yeah. It's just like, I sent the message out the other day just to make a long story short, and it was like, I've already seen this guy's defeat like so many times in my head. Like I visualized it so many times. Like I already know, like I am unstoppable. I'm ferocious. I can't be touched. I got something that you can't buy. I got something you can't train. Something is going to happen there that I'm not even going to be able to express to you. And I can't wait to when it comes out because it's been waiting for so long to be able to express. And it's not just for me. It's not for him. It's for you guys. It's for all you. It's for the scene, for the industry, so that they could see, you know, just essence. You know what I'm saying? Fun, like creativity, artistry, with no motivation to get a sponsor, win the jam, make money. I don't need to do any. I don't need to do. That's a different perspective I'm breaking. When you don't need to do it and you do it, a whole different vibe there, buddy.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
To play devil's advocate, do you think somebody coming into the game really hungry with everything to lose, that changes the dynamic differently?
Of course. I mean, if they got shit to lose, I mean, they're gonna come at you with that desperate
With everything.
that desperate last whim that could definitely be the defining moment of your defeat. So
Right.
don't sleep on. Look, I don't sleep on nobody, bro. Listen, I respect, even though I come out and I might have this ferocity and this fire behind my movements. Don't sleep on anybody, bro. And that's period. And that's with anything. The guy that cut you off on the highway, let that guy cut you off, bro. Go ahead, just move forward, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know. Like he was just saying, the guy that's the last straw could lose everything. You could come across one of those kinds of people. They can murk you. In Florida's gunslinger state now, anybody can just slang it, right? But in the breaking side of things, is like you could find that one person that's really, really, really needing a break, and he's been doing everything in his power to freaking to do what it's going to take to get to that next level. And that guy's going to smoke you, bro. That guy's going to toast your shit, and you're going to have to think twice about being able to do what you do at that after that point. Like I don't know, I battle some
Ooh,
cats that you smoke.
man.
I battle cats that you smoke, and they don't come back to breaking. You know what I'm saying? So
Yo, and there it is, man. If you guys enjoying this type of content, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We're gonna get out of here. Rebirth. Thank you so much, man. Is there anything you want to leave us off with?
Ritual Warfare, August 26th. Make sure you guys tune in, chime in. I'm not sure if they're going to have a live stream. I'm not sure if they're going to have it on pay-per-view. I'm not going to sure what they got going on as in terms of how they're going to share it on the net. To answer the question really quick before I forget, my favorite drink of liquor is whiskey Jameson. And and yeah, man, just for anybody that's out there breaking, period, you know, fall in love with this in a way that is not so goal oriented for winning something. Fall in love with the craft and the artistry of it. Once you fall in love with the craft and the artistry of it, the rest will just unfold before you with no effort. And I can promise you that from experience.
Thank you so much, man. Everybody watching, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.